Once it comes to the automation testing, we have to have what is the need of a automation testing. Is there any problem with the manual testing? We need to identify why we are going to automation testing. So some drawbacks are there in manual testing. So, but without manual testing also we can't say that product is quality enough. So automation testing is the automation testing concept has come into the picture to achieve the things at a faster time. Okay, at earliest. Okay. So we can't reach all the part of the application using a automation tool. We can't test each and every part of the application using a automation tool. Okay. Even if the application is the tool which we are using for automation, that is also one application, right? So that could also have a defect. We don't know.
Okay.
Okay. But however, it has been tested. Not any product in the industry can't be tested 100%. We can make sure that each and every feature, whatever it has been asked, is implemented and it is working as it is expected. Okay. Okay. But what is happening here is the manual testing is taking some time. It is taking more time to bring the application into the market at the earliest. Okay. And during the maintenance time, so some products will be there, right? So some the products will be having the versions of their product. Okay, they will build up. On a daily basis, they will be changing. Now, earlier when you see the Gmail application, earlier it was very simple application. Okay, now it is the look of the Gmail has been changed drastically. A lot of features has been included in that application. Okay, the functionalities are same. New functions are included, and main functionalities are same. But the look and is changed. They are integrated new features. They are integrated new functions in the application. So, they are bringing that application in a very short period. How they are achieving this one? So, when they brought that application earlier, no, they would have developed some test cases for the application for the basic functionalities. So, using this QTP, using the automation tool, what we do is we automate, we prepare the scripts for the basic functions and regression test suite. Okay, that I will tell you later. Okay. So that time what it does is it will reduce the time. Using an automation tool, when you run the scripts, it reduces the time. So then we will be concentrating. Manual testing will be concentrating on the features which are implemented in the current version. Even we can automate that feature also. It's not like that we can't automate the new feature. We can automate new feature also.
Sure.
But what it does is it reduces the time constraint. For example, assume that we have 1,000 test cases for application. Okay. So out of those, we will run 600 test cases using automation. So you can, if you prepare the script for 600 test cases, you can run like this in 1 hour or 4. It depends upon the script length. Okay. Sure. So it means that out of 10 members, in one single QTP tool can execute 600 test cases in 1 or 2 days, like that. At that time, our product is ready for the release. That means we will come to know what is the status of our product with the new features added. Okay. So it's a QTP is all about, it's a functional testing and regression tool. Functional and regression testing tool. So manual testing is time consuming, tedious and requires heavy investment in human resources. We need more human resources, right? So if you've been asked to test 600 test cases in 2 days means we have to have a number of testers for that.
Yes.
So a single person can't execute 600 test cases in 2 days. Okay. So what the QTP does is, what the automation tool does, it records the actions what we perform on the application and keeps it with it, and whenever it is required, we will play back. But to play back one action, only one user is enough, right? Only one user is to work on the tool. So the tool is performing the action of 4-5 members. Not 4-5 members is, it takes less time to perform the action. Whatever the one person takes, it is taking 1 minute, it takes 30 seconds like that, or 15 seconds like that. Okay.
Right.
And time constraint often makes it impossible to manually test every feature thoroughly before application is released. Okay. As I told, if the application is tested manually, so the delay of the application will be, the release of the application will be delayed. Okay. So the customer will not be able to produce the application to the market at the earliest. And so to address these constraints, automation testing has come into the picture. Okay. So QTP is one of the automation testing tool developed by earlier in Mercury. Now it is taken over by HP. Till 8, it was 8 version 8. It was with Mercury. From the 9.2 onwards, it has been taken over by HP company.
Okay.
Okay. Now the latest version in the market is 11. Now, but we will be continuing with the training on the version 10. Okay. But I will tell you what are the new features available in the 11 also.
Okay.
Have you downloaded the QTP in your system?
No, actually no. No.
Okay. After this class, I will mail you the link to download and install.
Okay.
Just download and install it. You will be getting only the 11th version. You will not be getting the 10th.
Okay.
Okay. Just download and install. As in the when class finishes, just practice on it. Okay?
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
No. What were the defects or drawbacks of the manual testing? Benefits of automation. These are the drawbacks. Now we'll see the benefits of automation testing. It is fast. So whatever the test we prepare, that runs very fast, faster than the human reviews there, and it is repeatable. So testers can test how the website or software reacts after repeated execution of same operation. So what the automation tool does, so what the human does on the application, the same only it will do. Whatever we instruct to the tool, the tool does the same only. It will not take any its own actions. It does what we are instructing, it will do only the same, but it will do precisely. It will not deviate from there. Reusable. Test can be reused on different version of the software. So now you would have developed script for version 1, where there is an application, as I told you, right? Gmail earlier was something different. The look of the application and the features were very different. During that time, you would have developed a script for a login and inbox. Okay. Now the version is different, but you can use that login script with the current version also. That is called reusable. So if you don't need to have script repeatedly. You don't have to prepare the script for every version. Only once we have to repeat. So you have to identify the same functions from the application. Okay. You have to identify the functions which are identical throughout the versions. Okay. And it is reliable. Tests perform precisely the same. Reliable in the sense, the same, whatever you are instructed to the QTP, it does only the same thing. It will not deviate from the instructions given to it to perform an action.
Right.
And it is comprehensive. Testers can build test suites of tests that covers every feature in the software application. Okay. What is the test suite? Test suite is nothing but a collection of test cases. So when we are running an automation test, we will not run for single feature. So it will have certain number of test cases. For certain number of test cases, we will be developing a test script in a tool, and that based on our regression test suite, we will include that in our test suite. Log in, log out, send check inbox, compose a mail. Okay. These are all the different actions inside the application, but depending upon the requirement only, we will take those scripts in a one block. That block is being called as a test suite. Okay, test suite is nothing but a collection of a test case. Okay, test case is a set of block of statements to perform an action. Okay, these are the benefits of automation testing. Now, in today's session, we will see what is QTP, what is add-in manager, what are the components of QTP, and what QTP test process, how it works, and recording modes, and object hierarchy. And so, if you have any questions, you can ask me and to get clarified. Okay.
Sure.
What is QTP? So it's a quick test professional. It's a product of Mercury. Now it's a product of HP. It's an advanced keyword-driven testing tool used for functional automation testing. Okay. It has got features which allows the end user to create, debug, and run the automated test and analyze the results. Okay. Each and every line now, whatever I'm showing here, that I will show you practically. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
And what this QTP does? QTP generates the VB scripts for the actions we recorded on the application. So QTP is a product of HP, and it generates the VB scripts for the recorded action. Okay. And QTP10 supports the following browsers. It supports IE, Internet Explorer, Mozilla, Netscape. Okay. Right now we'll be concentrating only on IE because to work on Mozilla and Netscape we need to have a plugin for the QTP.
Okay.
Okay. For that we need to have a license for this. We will be continuing. I have only the trial there.
Okay.
And QTP10 supports the following OSs: Vista, XP, Windows 7, and all. Windows 8. These are the OSs which is supporting the QTP10. Let's see. Now we will see what QTP does first. Okay. It allows us to automate the functions. Now, for example, you take the login function. What we will do there? We'll enter the username. First, we will launch the application. Then we will enter the username. We enter the password. We click on the OK button. So we are going to instruct the QTP in a VB script mode. Enter the username. Enter the password. Click on the OK. So this kind of automations will be done using a QTP. So it allows us to automate the testing of what? Applications. So what kind of applications you are going to automate using a QTP? You can automate Windows application, you can automate web application, you can automate access control applications, you can automate Visual Basic applications. Okay, lot many other are there now. But for that we need to have an add-in manager that will come in the next. Okay. So we can automate Windows application, web based applications, access controls, and Visual Basic applications. The application would have been developed, the Windows application would have been developed in Java, or the web application would have been developed in .NET. It depends. Okay. And we can also acquire additional quick tests. See, as I told, the application would have been developed in different technologies. But what QTP is doing, it will identify that application. To identify particularly that application, what QTP need to have? It need to have a plugin for that. Plugin the thing is add-in is required for that to identify. If assume that my application, I have one application, okay, Windows application or a web application. If it is completely developed in Java technology, okay, what QTP is required is QTP needs the plugin for that. Add-in is required. Okay, QTP needs add-in for the add-in of Java to identify the Java application. Okay, QTP is required Java add-in to identify the Java applications. Okay, sure. If you have been given a .NET application, in that case you need to have a .NET add-in manager. Okay, if you've been asked to test the SAP application, then you need to have a SAP add-in in your QTP installed. Okay.
Got it.
That is what it is saying here. You can also acquire additional quick test add-ins for a number of special environments. But default environments are Windows, web application, access controls, and Visual Basics. Okay. Now trial version supports these first four. Okay. Windows, web-based, ActiveX, and Visual Basic. Suppose if your application is developed in any one of these, Java, Oracle, SAP. So for that we need to have an add-in for that. Okay. So can we automate the testing of all the applications using a QTP? Can we automate? We can't assume that QTP will directly compatible with the application under test. We can't say whether our QTP is able to automate our test or not. See, automation tool doesn't mean that it will automate every application developed by the developer. Okay. So the tool itself has got some certain features. Okay. It will not go beyond those features. Okay. We need to access whether the objects. First, before going to automation testing using any tool, first we have to make sure that whether my tool is going to identify the objects in the application. Okay, whether it is identifying my application or not. You go for QTP, you go for Selenium, you go for any other tool. Okay, in the industry. Okay, before implementing that in the industry, we have to make sure that whether my tool is capable of automating my application or not. That we need to identify. Based on that only, the industry goes for tool selection. Okay. We need to access whether objects in the application are being identified by QTP as standard objects. So we have to this condition has to be satisfied to go for a automation testing using any tool. For all standard objects, QTP uses the standard methods to perform the desired action. Okay, we will see this. What is the standard methods and action? Methods and actions are same. Okay. And here we are coming across the word objects. We will learn about that also. In some cases, QTP is considered to in identifying the objects correctly. Okay. One of the causes for this is the fact the right add-in may have not been included. So what it is saying is, as I told earlier, if your application is developed in Java and you are not added the Java add-in, then what the QTP does is QTP fails to identify the application to automate it. Okay. So this is the startup page in the QTP that is called add-in manager. Okay. Now I will start the tool from my desk. So I will not be concentrating more on the slideshow. It will be morely on.
Sure.
So this is the QTP icon. This is the once you install QTP. Now it looks a little different in the 11th version, but in the 10th version it looks like this. Once you double click it, it will display add-in manager. Okay. Just professional add-in manager. So add-in manager. Right now I have only 3 add-ins. By default, when you trial version will be having 3 add-ins: ActiveX, Visual Basic, and WebApp. Earlier I had a .NET, the license expired, and earlier I had these 2 versions, but those licenses got expired. Okay. Once you launch this add-in manager, the add-in manager window will display along with the add-ins available with the QTP tool. Okay, and you have to check the certain add-in manager in the window. Okay, why we need to select the add-ins? If you are working on a web application, just select the web. Okay, that is more than enough. Okay, if you are selecting all the add-ins which are present in that one, what happens is QTP takes more space in the hard disk. If it takes more space in the hard disk means it runs very slow. Okay, so we have to make sure that whatever the required add-ins for our test, only those add-ins need to be selected. Okay, right now I'm going to select only these 2. I will select Visual Basic and Web. Okay, that is here. Once you select, it will display the description for that. Add-in description. Test, Visual Basic application.
Yeah. I'm
selecting test, website, and web application.
Sure.
Okay. When you select ActiveX, test the ActiveX controls.
Yeah.
Now I selected all 3. Now on a landing page, it takes little time to load. After that, it displays the new page. Okay. So this is the landing page of QTP.
Okay.
In this page describes in this section what is new is there, right? This new what is new section describes what are all the new features included in the current version comparing to the older version. Older version was 9.5. Okay.
Okay.
After 9.5, the QTP 10 has come. Comparing to the 9.5, what are all the new features are available in this section which is usually displayed here. Okay. And here the recently used files that will be shown over the path. Okay. The guidance for the test, and these are some of the shortcut keys to go to the QTP tool. So if you don't want to see this one, you can just uncheck this box. Okay. So next time when you open it, it will not show you. Okay. So as I told, use of add-in manager. The creation and execution of the test on application is variety of development environments. Variety of development means application would have developed in different technologies like Java, .NET, SAS, C, like that. For why we need add-ins for that? For a proper identification of the objects and methods. Okay. So from long I'm saying word object and object, right? That we'll see. Now first we will see the UI components of the QTP, then we will see that what is that object and all. Okay. You'll see QTP recording and scripting and playback UI components. First we will see the UI components of QTP. Test pane contains the keyword view and expert view. This is the white space which you are seeing here now. That is called a test pane. this entire block is called test pane, and it has got two views. One is called keyword view, one is called expert view. So what is expert view? What is the use of this expert view? So whenever you record an application, okay, the respective VB script will be generated for the action you perform on the application. So after recording, now when you perform an action on the application, a respective VB script will be created and will be placed here inside the expert view pane. Okay, and the same way, in the keyword view also, the some script will be displayed. Okay, item, operation, value, and the documentation. What is the item in the application? What is the operation you are going to perform on the application? What is the operation you are going to perform, and what value you entered in that? Okay, the documentation means it will be provided by the QTP by default. The keyword view will display the hierarchical structure of the action that you performed on the application. The expert view displays the VB script of the action that you performed on the application. It means it generates the respective VB script of the action you performed on the application. And each and every line in the expert view reflects the same thing in the keyword view. That I will show you next. Okay. And what are the other components? Data table. Okay. Next is data table, which will assist us in parameterizing the R test. Now, what is the parameterization? Now, we have one function wherein it will be asked to test the same function for different set of data. Okay. Now, to test the same function for a different set of data, so we need to have a data. Okay. We have the data, but where to place that data? How do we do the parameterization? The parameterization of our test could be done using a data table. We have to place our test data inside the data table here. Then we will use this data table to pass the data present in the data table in our test. Okay. Just for now, just understand what is this data table. Data table is used for data parameterization. Okay, to store the data which we can use for our test. The data table is used to store the data and which can be used as a test input for our script.
Okay.
Okay. And one more is the active screen. What is this active screen? It provides a snapshot of our application as it appeared when we performed a certain action. Okay. Now I have opened one application. Okay. In that application, I performed certain action on the application. I closed it. My recording is done. I close the application. But I have to make sure that whether each and every action which I performed on the application is correct, whether it is identified the application correctly or not. What this active screen does is it provides a pictorial representation of the same application. In which the application which you worked on, the snapshot of that application will be shown over here in the active screen. Active screen provides the snapshot of our application as it appeared when we performed a certain step. The debug viewer. Okay. The debug viewer will be available under the views. We click it, it will show you. Okay. It has got one more watch, variables, command. You will see one by one as the class progresses. Okay. What the debug viewer does, it assists us in debugging our test. So once we prepare the script, so we need to assure that the script is executing properly. So using whatever the values passed to the test, we have to make sure that it is passing correctly or not. But to debug our script, developed script, we can use the debug viewer. Okay. And what is the other? It's the status bar. Okay. What is display the status of the QTP test professional. During the runtime, you can see here. Here you see that ready. Can you see the ready? That is the status bar. Okay. While recording, that status bar will be in a red. Here you can see the red, right? Okay. The status bar. It displays the status of the quick test application. What is the status of the application? Here it is red color indicates that it is in a recording mode. Okay. Now, okay, while playing it will be in a green color. Okay, these are the test panes of QTP test professional. Test pane which has got two views. One expert view. The expert view will have a VB script generated for the actions that we performed on the application under test. And similarly, the keyword view will have a hierarchical action that we performed on the application in a tabular format. The data table will be there. The data table is used to store the data for a data parameterization in our test. The active screen. What is this active screen? Active screen provides a snapshot of our application that we performed.
Okay.
Okay. And the DB viewer is used to debug the script that we have developed. And now we will see one by one component in detail. Okay. Keyword view. So as keyword view. This is how this keyword view looks like: item, operation, value, and documentation. Okay. For your sake, what I will do, I will record sample application. Which is defaultly provided by QTP. On slide, Windows application is been given. Okay, I will record that. Okay, the slide window application has opened. I am entering agent name as a tester. The password is Mercury to access that application. I clicked on the OK button. Here you can just see. First we open the login. Later we enter the agent name. After that we enter the password. Then we click on the OK button. Now I am closing the application. Now I am stopping the QTP. Now just understand what is this keyword view is showing. It is showing the actions. How it is showing? Keyword view enables creation or viewing of the steps of your test in a keyword driven or modular or table format. Here it is totally in a table format. Keyword driven. Everything is a key here. Agent name is a key, password is a key, login is a key, OK is a key, and everything is a key. Okay. Now how it is displayed? It is displayed the same way I entered the application and I entered the data. First I entered the application login. Later part I entered the agent name. Then entered the username. Okay. And I clicked on the OK button. I close the Windows Flight Reservation application. This documentation is generated. Here you can see right on the right side of the screen. You see documentation column name. Okay. This documentation is defaultly generated by the QTP. Enter tester in the agent name edit box. This will be generated by the QTP. This text will be generated by QTP. We are not going to do that one. Okay. Till this. Okay. Till here. Yeah. Item, operation, value. The same VB script will be generated in the expert view. The same. Here you see. Login, agent name, tester. The documentation won't be available here. Okay.
Right.
The documentation part won't be available in the expert view. Right.
Okay.
Till here, item, operation, and value. These it will have the respective VB script in the expert view. Okay. And if you remove this, assume that you have removed this one. Okay. Now, will it be there in the expert view? No.
Yeah.
Okay. It means that even the same, whatever you have in the expert view, that will be there in the keyword view, and whatever is there in the keyword view, that will be there in the expert view in a script format VB script. And whatever you write, okay, in a expert view using a VB script, that will be reflected back in the expert keyword view in a iconic format. Okay.
Sure.
So this is all about keyword view and expert view. Okay. This we will understand some more terms in that. It's a keyword driven modular and table format. In the table like view, each step is a separate row. Okay. As it is saying, each step it's a separate row and it will have its own VB script in the expert view. Okay. Each column represents a different part of the test step. Each has got action. Okay. We have launched the login. This is the action to be performed. It has action is operation, and we access these fields in the application to perform some actions. Okay. We can modify the column name as per our requirement. These and all we'll see as the class progresses. Okay. And what is this expert view? In an expert view, Pictures displays each operation performed on your application in the form of a script comprised of script statements. Okay. The expert view is a script editor. Okay. This is nothing but a script editor. Whatever we created now, you can edit the script here also, and you can edit the script here also. But in industry, 90% expert view only used, not 90%, 99.99% only the people will work on expert view. They never work on keyword view.
Sure.
Very rarely they work. Okay. So we'll be concentrating more on the expert view. Okay. What the expert view does, it generates the VB script for the action that you perform on the application. In the active scene, as I already told, active screen provides the snapshot of the application as it is appeared. Okay, and depending upon the recording options. And moreover, see the active screen. What it does is it displays the snapshot of the application. Here you see now, first line. In the first line, when I highlighted here, okay, what is the? It is highlighted with the pink color here. You see.
Okay. Right.
In the second line. As the name is saying, it shows the snapshot of the action that you performed on the application, as in the application. Okay, we click on the OK. Now later we close the Windows application. Right?
Yeah.
That is the usage of active screen. Here from the active screen, you can perform certain actions using that screenshot. Okay. Here, when you right click on the image, we'll come to know what actions that we can perform. We can perform standard checkpoint, we can perform insert output value, we can use the object properties that I'll tell you. Okay. In the step generator, we can generate the step also. We can use the bitmap checkpoint, we can insert the test checkpoint. We'll see as a class progresses how to use this one.
Okay.
And as I told, data table contains the two sheets here. Data table has got two sheets, global sheet and action sheet. By default, when you open a QTP new test, here I open a new test. When I open a new test, the QTP will have defaultly an action with a name called action name 1. Okay, and two sheets in a data table, global sheet and action sheet. Okay, the global sheet and action sheet. We'll come to know in detail about these two sheets. Okay, in detail in the coming classes. The data table contains one global tab plus one additional tag for each action. So each action means, as it is saying, if you have multiple actions in your test, a test can have multiple actions. Not only action 1, you can rename this action, and moreover, you can have more actions in a test. You can have more actions in one or more actions in a test. And what it is saying is, each and every action you have in the test, it will have its own respective action sheet. What I'm trying to say here is, this action is there, right? Action 1 is there. For respective action, we have an action sheet here. Action 1 sheet. If I have one more action, assume that I have one more action in this one. Okay. Action 2 sheet. Here, two actions are there. It means it has got, once you create an action, a respective action sheet will be created for that. Okay. We'll learn about these action and sheet in coming classes. When we come to the action classes now, that time we'll see that. Okay. Just assume that, just understand what is the data table. Data table is used for the data parameterization in our test. Right? In the data table, we will be storing a data. The data table assists you in parameterizing the test by storing the required set of data. Okay. So, till now, do any questions? Now, we'll see the process first. How the QTP test process. This is the generalized QTP test process. Creating a test, first running a test, and analyzing the test. These are the main stages. Okay, creating a test, running a test, and analyzing a test. And what is the detailed process is? The detailed process is First we will create a test, then we will run the test, and we analyze the results. Okay. This is the detailed process of QTP. First we will prepare the script. Okay. Then we will prepare in the preparation section what we are doing. Setup for the test automation, documentation of the manual test cases. Before you prepare, before you ready for scripting, what we have to understand the manual test cases, and we have to check the application whether it is feasible for the automating the features of the applications or not. Okay, and whether the given data for us is to test the application is correct or not. To do an automation testing, we need to have the valid data. Okay, just understand that to automate the application, we should have a valid data to test the application using any automation tool. Okay, and in the create section, what we are going to record the user actions, and we will play back that user action to confirm whether it is working fine or not. Okay, and the use of object repository that we will learn. Okay, in this the verify and enhance section. In this verify and enhance section, what we does is we created, and as you saw, right, I recorded one action for the login. Okay, suppose I have been asked to test that application for multiple users. Okay, check the login function for multiple users. Okay, checking that part comes under the verify and enhance. Okay, verify and enhance means add the synchronization, insert the checkpoints, do the data-driven test. Enhancing our script for a further action, further set of data. Enhancing our existing script for a further process. That is called that would be done in verify and enhance section. And integrate. What integrate? Integrates the test. Parse data, building integrates the test data. So now I have done the login. Okay, now my login is encrypted. That is one independent script. In the next test, okay, now I have logged into the Gmail application. Now I have been asked to test the compose functionality of the Gmail. I will prepare the separate script for that. Okay, compose. Now I have been asked one more test to do some setting changes in the Gmail. I will do the setting changes in the Gmail. That will be our different test. Okay, we will have for each and every action, we will have different set of actions. The different test cases will be there, right? So for different test cases, what we will do, we will prepare different actions. Test script will prepare for different test cases, and later part we will integrate those in one test suite. That will be done in integrate form. This is the last section of the test process, QTP test process. Okay, then we will run the result and we will see whether the result is passed or not, whether our test is working or not. Okay, so that is it display one by one. It is been explained over here in this test creation process. Okay. Now, QTP has got 3 modes of recording. What are those modes? Context sensitive recording, analog recording, and low level recording. So now you will asked to prepare a script for certain application. Okay. So using which recording mode you will do the recording of the application. There are 3 modes of recording in QTP: context sensitive, analog recording, and low level recording. Which one to use for recording the or action? By default, when you launch the QTP, the context sensitive is enabled. Context sensitive recording is enabled. Okay, by default it will be enabled. You don't have to select it particularly, but it won't be visible anywhere. Okay, it won't be visible anywhere. By default, it is a context sensitive only. You can see only analog recording and low level recording mode. The recording modes are available under automation tab. Okay. The low level recording modes are available under automation menu. And so click on the automation menu inside the QTP tool. You can see this analog recording mode and low level recording mode. And by default, QTP is coming when you launch it. It will be in the context sensitive recording mode. What is this context sensitive recording mode? We will see one by one. Context sensitive recording mode. It's a default mode. This mode takes the full advantage of QTP. Test the object model, recognizing the objects in our application regardless of their location in the screen. What it is saying is, now we have one application. I have open this Google page. In this Google page, they have a lot of objects in this application. Okay, they have a lot of objects. Now, okay, what are those objects? This is an object. All these are all called objects. Links, text box, buttons. Okay, everything will be treated as an object from the QTP. Okay, QTP identifies the object, links, but text boxes, buttons as an object. Okay, each and every object in the QTP will have its own specific name with the class. Okay, what the context sensitive mode does is it records irrespective of the location of the object in the application. It doesn't care about the location of the object in the application. Okay, it records on its own. It just takes the object and its properties and its values. Okay, to record it. This mode takes the full advantage of QTP test as object model. Okay, recognize the object in our application regardless of their location on the screen. So now the location of the Google search button is here. If it is being placed somewhere here, assume that these are interchanged. Even though while recording it was here, when you play back, if it is being replaced here, even though it runs here. When you play back, it runs. What it means, it checks while recording, it takes the sum of the properties of this button. Okay, some of the properties and methods of this property. It stores that in the object repository that we will see in later. In the analog recording mode, so in the analog recording mode, what it does is it enables you to record the mouse and keyboard operations that we perform on the application. So when we use this analog recording mode is to verify the signatures kind of things, mouse movements. So now you would have signed something on a check. Okay, that won't be like a keyword that we type on a text, right? So it will be like a zigzag bar. It will be like a movement written. To verify such kind of things, what we use the analog recording mode. Okay, when should we use the analog recording mode? So we use the analog recording mode for application in which the actual movement of the mouse is required. Actual movement of mouse action is required. Now, however move that option, no, it will track the option. It will track the mouse action and it will store in a file. Okay, and in the context sensitive mode, what happens is it generates the VB script for the action that you perform on the application. In the analog recording mode, it doesn't generate any VB script. It generates only one single file, okay, with the name file called track1 that we will see one by one. Okay, and one more is low level recording. This low level recording very less used in industry, but the low level recording is used when QTP fails to identify the object inside the application. Now, as I told earlier, while recording, my object was here. Now, because of some enhancements, this object has been placed somewhere else here. Okay, if you have recorded the action using low level recording mode, when you run back, it will not identify. It means the low level recording concentrates more on the location of the object in the application. Low level recording mode concentrates more on the location of the object in the application. That is what it's saying. Low level recording mode enables you to record on any object in your application, whether or not QTP recognizes the specific object or application. So when we have to use this one, use this mode of recording mode on an environment or an object that is not recognized by the QTP. Okay, so when we go for a low level recording mode, when QTP fails to identify the object inside the application, in such scenarios we go for a low level recording mode. Okay. And use this low level recording mode when we need to record the exact location of the operation on your application. So suppose you have been asked, this object has to be here in this position only. If the requirement is there that the sign in button has to be there in this location. Okay. Now the requirement came to that, just verify that this object is present in the screen in this location. So using that low level recording mode, we can come to know that where this application object is resided in the application, in which corner, in which location of the screen. Okay. Now I will just revise once.
Yeah.
There are three modes of recording: context sensitive, analog recording mode, and low level recording mode. Context sensitive, it records the object, stores the object information in the object repository irrespective of its location. When you play back, it will not check for the location of the object. It checks, it compares only the object properties and values on the runtime. Okay. And in analog recording mode is used to track the keyboard and mouse actions. So wherever the applications which requires to capture the mouse movement or a keyboard movement, in such cases we go for an analog recording mode. And low level recording mode, when we go for low level recording mode, whenever QTP fails to identify the object, okay, that time we go for a low level recording mode, or we go for a low level recording mode once we have been asked to check the location of the object, okay, inside the application. Okay, now we will see one by one. By default, QTP will be in a context sensitive mode. Okay, that we saw right now, right?
Yes.
I will want. Okay. Now I will show you to enable the analog recording mode. To enable analog recording mode, QTP has to be in a recording mode. I have opened one Windows application, that is MS Paint. Okay. Now I want to capture the mouse movement on this application. Okay. How to capture that? Okay. Click on the record. You will get one window, run and settings. That I will after this three mode, I will tell you how to do the settings here. Okay. Just right now, just to go ahead with we'll go with the analog recording mode. Click on the record. We'll come across record and run settings. Just click right in both the tabs. In both the tabs, select only first radio button. Keep the first radio button selected. Click apply. Click on OK. Okay. From the automation tab, go select the analog recording mode. Okay. When to select the analog recording mode, you will come across two options again. Along with the in a window, analog recording settings. Select whether to record mouse operation related to the specified window or related to the screen. You want to capture the mouse movements on this screen, or you want to select on some other window. Okay. I am going to select. I am going with the second option, record related to the following screen. So I am going to use this hand icon to select my desired application in my system. So I am selecting. Once I click on hand icon, okay, start analog recording. Okay. And wait, I'm just going to create. One minute, I'll show you again. Click on a record. Go to automation. Go to analog. Okay. Select the screen. Start analog recording. Here, using this, I am going to write something. Here, what QTP does is, here QTP is tracking my mouse movements. It is tracking my movement of mouse. Okay. Now come back to QTP. Stop the QTP running mode. Okay. Once stop, what it is showing? It is showing only one VB line script line. But it will not generate the VB script line for each the movement of this one. Everything will be saved in this file called track1. Everything will be saved in this file called track1. Now I will save this test. Once save this, that will be saved there in the specified path with this only file. Okay. When you play back, what it does, it calls back that file from there and it runs. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll again keep it as a new. Okay. Now I'll run back my script. First, what it does, it checks for this application is available there or not. It is there in the screen or not. So if it is there, then it will proceed with this action. Now it is running. Okay. It has completed its execution. Okay. Now here we will see the results. To see the result, okay, here you can click on this result. Okay. Okay. There is an option to view results. Actually, I disabled that here. In the automation, the result option will be available in the automation menu. Okay.
Okay.
Or else you can directly click on the shortcut available on the menu result.
Okay.
Once you click it, it will be disabled. It will be displayed, and you can expand it. Okay. It will have the details of the test that you perform. Okay. And analog recording mode action. This is the test name. Okay. This is the action, in which action we have prepared this for the paint application and the paint movements. Here it won't display. Okay. Okay. This application has been taken to record our analog recording mode. Okay. Now, suppose if I want to, I will remove this application. I close this paint application. Now I will play back this application. Play back the script. Where it has to run. Where it has to run. Now it is not identifying the application on which it is recorded, right?
Yeah, you closed it. Yeah.
Yeah, we close it because of it is failing to identify the object.
Right.
So what QTP does, it takes some time to look for the application in the screen. Okay.
Okay.
What the QTP does is take some time to look for the application in the screen. As if it is not found for this, some certain period of time, then QTP fails and it gives a runtime error. In that runtime error, it will give you the description. Can't identify the object paint. Here, since our paint application is not open, it could not identify that application. Why it is saying the paint means while recording, it has recorded the paint application, so it is not available there in the screen. Okay. So it is saying that verify this object properties match an object currently displayed in the application. Okay. This kind of information you will get. Once you get, you can stop it, or you can retry it, or you can skip it, or you can debug it. Okay. Now that is about recording the mouse movement. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we will see the low level recording mode. I'll open an application. I'll take a new test for a low level recording. What I will do, I will minimize this. I will minimize the Google application over here. Okay. Again, I will click on the record. Okay. Click on a record. Click OK in a record and run settings mode. Go to automation. Select low level recording mode. Okay. And click on, enter some text here in the text box in the Google. Okay. And click on the link which is displayed in the link. Okay. Now stop, please. Now here you see where this click quick operation is performed where we typed. Okay, so the operation that we performed on application is the location on the screen. Okay, the location where it is displayed. Okay, now
Hey, sorry. Can you just go the last one again? This testing. So this recording. Yeah.
I take a new test. Now this low level recording mode is used to check the location of the object, and whenever the QTP fails to identify the object in the application. Okay. Now I'm going to minimize this. Okay. I'll keep it here first. To click on a record. Okay. Automation. From the automation menu, select the low level recording mode. Just as of now, I will just click on Google search button. Okay. I'll stop this. Okay. Now here you see application has recorded the X and Y coordinate value of that object.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll move this screen here other side. First I'll say this. Now we'll see. Okay, we'll run and see. What it is saying? Object not visible. Right? Okay. What it is saying? Object is not visible.
Right.
And moreover, why it is not visible? It has tracked the location of the object.
Yes.
Okay. But in context sensitive mode, it is not the case. Wherever you keep the application in which corner, what it does? It identifies the object.
Object, sure.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Now, that is the use of a low level recording. And in the context sensitive, we'll learn more as the class progresses. Means everything happens in the context sensitive only. So very rarely this analog recording mode and low level recording mode will be used.
Yeah. Okay.
And as I was telling from the beginning of the class, object and object and object. What is that object? Yeah. Okay. And one more thing. When you go for a low level recording, either it's a web application or any application, that will be calculated as a window only. It will be identified as a window. Okay.
Okay.
But when you go for a context sensitive recording mode, okay, I'll just show you. When I say same action I performed in a different modes. The below one is context sensitive mode. This one is low level mode. Here you see the difference. Here it is saying browser. Here it is saying a window.
Yes.
So why it is saying window? Why it is saying browser? So here it's a context sensitive mode. Here it records the actions irrespective of the location of the object. Okay. Here what it does, it records the action on the application with respect to the location of the object in the screen. See,
right.
Here we have our screen is there, right? Desktop.
Right.
With respect to this only, it records the location of the object. Because of which it is identifying everything as a window object. From our screen level, our screen is a window. Okay. Because of it is saying a window. Okay, you got it right? The difference?
Yeah.
That is all about low level recording, analog recording, and context sensitive. Okay. Now we will see the description of the object. As I was telling, an object. So what is the object? First of all, we need to understand the object. What are the objects that would be available inside the application? Object is one property. An object is something which is available inside the application with some properties and values associated with that. Okay. Now just take this application, Google application. It has got different type of objects. It's a link object. It's a link, images, maps. Okay, these are all links. If you, I'm saying just link because as we see, you can say it's a link, right? As we see, it is saying a button. This is a button. Okay, this is also a button link. We don't know. Suppose in case we don't know also, QTP has provided one option to know what kind of object it is. It's a link object, it's a button object, or it's a radio button. Okay, it will show. It has a feature in QTP to know what kind of object it is. Okay. So, what is an object? Object is the one thing which will have a certain properties and values associated with. Okay. Object will have a properties and methods. Okay. What are the properties? For example, now we consider a bicycle. Bicycle is an object. Okay. How will you identify? How will you say that it's a bicycle? By seeing, right? By seeing, you can say it's a bicycle. By seeing in a sense, what you see in that, what are the properties? Two wheels, one pedal, one handle. These are the properties of an object bicycle. To say it's a bicycle.
Right.
Those are the properties that you once you saw those properties, no, that you can say it's a bicycle. For example, when you see the four-wheeler, you say it's a four-wheeler. Four-wheeler, it could be a car, it could be a jeep, it could be something here, right? And what action that you can perform on the bicycle? You can do the pedaling on the bicycle, right? The pedaling action is called a method. Pedaling action is called as a method that you are going to perform on the object. Here, object is a bicycle. Properties for that object is two wheels, okay, and pedal and handle. Okay. Color also one of the property. Color is also one of the property. Property is color, okay, and value is which color?
Yeah.
Are you confused?
No, here, no, I got it. Right? I got it.
Okay. Property is the color is the property, and which color is painted to that one is the value of the color. That is the value. And what I am trying to say here is each and every object will have certain properties and methods associated with that, and each property will have its values.
Correct.
Right. Now I will show you that. Here is the one option called objects file. Here you can use this option directly from here, or you can go to tools and select the objects file. Objects file is an option used to know the property, know the properties and operations of the object. Okay, it will not store anything inside the QTP test. Okay, just to know for our sake. Okay. Now I am clicking on the objects file. Once I click on objects file, what the QTP is doing, it is popping up with the window and it is showing in a hand icon. Okay. Here you see native properties and identification properties. Okay. And properties window and operations. Operations are nothing but methods. Earlier in the before 9.2, here this tab was called as methods.
Okay.
Okay. Now it has been called as operations. Earlier people used to get confused. What is this method?
Right. Okay.
Right. So because of that, now the name is been changed to operations. Now people will clearly understand what operation is. So what kind of operation we perform on the application object. Okay. So on a button, what kind of operation we perform? Click. Click is the action that we perform. Right. Hit. Click. That is the operation that we perform on the button. In the text box, what we do? We type. Okay. So how this type action is being described in the QTP, that we will see.
Okay.
First we will see first in detail we will go by this objects file. Now what I will do, I will click on the hand icon in the objects file window. Okay. The hand icon will be take the hand icon on the application and highlight on the particular object, on any object inside the application. Okay. Now I am highlighting on the button. No, I don't know it's a button. Just I am highlighting on this one.
Right.
Okay. Just click and release it. Okay. Now come back to the objects file. There, here it is saying a button. How it is being say web button. Now come to the web properties. What is the class name of the object? The class name of the object is web button. Okay, for web-based application, every class name will be prefixed with the name web. Okay.
Okay.
For a Windows application, it will be prefixed with the WIN, win.
Okay.
For web-based application, it will be prefixed with the web. For Windows application, it will be prefixed with the win, WIN, win button, win web button. Okay. Now, what are the properties of this web button? The class name. These are the set of properties. Here in the properties section, you will see, right? These are the properties. X and Y coordinate of this object, where it is residing. Okay. One class name. The class name, this class is different, this class is different. Okay. And disabled. This, what QTP does is, while recording, it takes the properties of that object. It reads only these properties. These are predefined properties inside QTP to identify the web button. Okay. When you record, what it does, QTP, it takes some of these properties. It won't take all the properties of the object. It takes minimum properties to store in the object repository. Okay. Okay. These are the properties. The class name. Okay. X and Y coordinate. What is the status of the button? Is it 0 or 1? 0 means true. 1 means false. Okay. And name. Search by image. What is the name? What is the outline? So these are the values. What are the values are associated with that? Now here its image icon is there, because of which nothing, whatever it is there, it is written on that, it is not displaying. Now I'll take one more and show you. Okay. Now the name is saying search by image. On that button we have an image, right? We didn't have any text, because of which the name property is displaying search by image. Means for that image, the search image is there, right? For that image, they would have given search image dot image dot jpg dot zip, whatever it is. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So, and what is the type? So mainly concentrate on the property type, name, HTML tag. I'll show you. HTML tag. Okay. Name, HTML tag, type. Okay. While working on the QTP, mainly concentrate on those three properties.
Okay.
The rest of will be default. It will be available if, in case, suppose if QTP fails to identify those objects using those three properties, we can include rest of the properties to identify that object. Okay.
Okay.
So, what is the type? It's a submit. So what action we do on a button? Submit. As I told you, click right. Submit means when after filling the field inside a form, what we do, we submit. How the submit will be done? By clicking on the button only, the submission will be performed. That is why it is saying it's a submit kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. And these values are given by the developers. Okay. The values, these values are given by the developers to that object inside the application. Okay. These are the properties developed by the QTP. And what the QTP does is, when you record, it takes the values of that property from the source. Okay. You can see the source of the application by right clicking, go to view source. This is view source. Here you can run this. What the QTP does is, it takes these property values from this source page. Okay. That is the beauty of the QTP.
Got it.
Okay, got it, right? So that is the object. Object is nothing but one thing which has got a properties and operations associated with that. Now we saw the properties of the button. Okay. So what kind of operations that we can perform on the web button? Okay. We can capture the bitmap. These are the operations that we can perform. We can drop, click. The main action that we perform on the object is button is click, right? Click is one of the operations that we perform on the button. And this drag, drop, exist, fire event, go get arrow property, get to property. Why these are used? Is to know the status of the object or to know the value of the object. To that we will see. Okay. See, we will be learning set to property, submit. Okay, we'll be learning set to property, get arrow property. Okay. Click is default. Every time the click will be there by default when you record it now. The click will by default it will be there. Okay. And rest of the operations we will learn one by one. Okay. So this is what all about object spy. The object spy is used to know the properties and operations of a object inside the application.